Welcome to Step 3 of the MACC tool. The aim of this step is to define the intended results of your project and how they are connected to jointly achieve the project's overall objective. In Action Field 1, you are asked to name the overall objective of your project. We have filled in an example here. If your project is made up of multiple components, they can be specified in Action Field 2. There is room for up to 5 components to be defined. If your project does not have any different subcomponents, just fill in one that corresponds to the project's overall objective. We have filled in 2 examples here. In Action Field 3, you lay out the foundation for the monitoring system by specifying the results which the project intends to achieve. Results are changes that occur as the direct or indirect consequence of an intervention. Taken together, the results should contribute to the achievement of the project's overall objective. There is space for up to 15 results to be defined. The first one corresponds to the overall objective and is automatically copied from Action Field 1, as you can see in this box. For this task, you can also provide some information that make monitoring easier later on, such as the start date in this box here, or the intended duration, which can be selected in this drop-down menu. In these 2 fields, you can first link the result with one of the components defined above by selecting them from this drop-down menu, and identify the adaptation dimension that applies to the result from Step 2 by selecting from this drop-down menu. When you have filled in all information in Action Field 3, you can build your own result framework for your project which maps out how the different results relate to each other and how they help to jointly achieve the overall objective. For that, please scroll down to Step 4. You can draw the result framework in Action Field 4 by using elements in the toolbox to the right. There are 5 elements which can be copied from the toolbox to the action field. There are results within the responsibility system, activities, instruments, results outside the responsibility system, and an error. The idea is to copy boxes like this. For the overall objective, please only copy the result box alone. Here you can select your overall objective. For all the other results, you should copy all 3 boxes here. Here you can then select the other results you have defined earlier, as well as fill in activities and instruments in these fields. Then you can select the arrow and copy it and paste it in the action field in order to link your result to the overall objective. Here we have prepared an example for you. It can also be found in the handbook, which can be found here. And there are other examples which can be found in the publication Adaptation Made to Measure, which can be found here. You see results within the responsibility system here, the overall objective here, results outside the responsibility system here, as well as activities and instruments. The term instruments describes the means of implementation of the measure. The GIZ's definition of instruments can be found in this box here. You can arrange and relate all elements freely to describe your project. Using arrows, you can display the interrelationship between the results and the objective. When working with results that are outside the area of responsibility, because they are conducted by other actors, they have to be entered in the table in Action Field 5 first in order to select them in the drop-down menu. So you have to fill it in here in order to select them in the drop-down menu of this box. Finally, when you're done, you can select Yes here to indicate that you have completed this step. This will then be shown on the start page. To move to the next step, please click on this link or select the next tab down here.